My name is John Augustine. I'm the president and CEO of Penn's Northeast. We're the Regional Economic Development Group. On behalf of truly a bipartisan effort, I'd like to welcome all of you here to the airport. I'd like to thank Carl Beardsley and his team for putting this together, certainly at last minute. I'd like to also give a shout out to that thing in the sky. Apparently it's called the sun. We're not used to seeing it, so and I also like to thank everybody standing behind me, which is certainly, besides the politicians, no offense, but is the lifeblood of what we are about in northeastern Pennsylvania. And that's our labor, and that's our workers, and that's what we're known for. So, gentlemen, ladies, thank you for what you do. Again, as I mentioned, we have some speakers that will come up and talk about some manufacturing opportunities here in northeastern Pennsylvania. We're very fortunate in our state to sit on lots of different resources when it comes to energy. So whether that's coal, whether that's nuclear, whether that's affordable natural gas, whether it's electric reliability, water, solar, wind. We have it all here in PA, and finally, as a state, we're beginning to capitalize on that. There is no better state that's open for business than Pennsylvania, and I think the people behind me would agree there's no better part of Pennsylvania than northeastern PA. I would like to recognize a few folks that are behind me. State Senator John Blake is here, Representative Jack Rader, Representative Marty Flynn, Representative Kyle Mullins, and Representative Mike Pfeiffer, along with our Luzerne County Council Chair Tim McGinley, as well as Commissioner Patrick O'Malley. What that shows, and I've been doing this for about 25 years, I can't remember the last time that I had Republicans, Democrats, trades behind me standing in support of a great project. Here in northeastern Pennsylvania, within a one-day's drive, we're within a third of the U.S. population. We're within half of the Canadian population. We have 19 colleges and universities, great trade schools, 40,000 students available and ready to work. And so if there's any message that comes out of this is, again, northeastern Pennsylvania is open for business. We talk about what the cracker facility is doing in western PA, 6,000 construction jobs, 600 permanent jobs, and there's no reason we can't do that here. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Representative Aaron Kaufer, who will talk about his House bill.
Thank you, John, and thank you everybody who's here today. Thank you for joining this bipartisan group of lawmakers today. I'm State Representative Aaron Kaufer. Today we are talking about an initiative that will reestablish our area as a reimagined and re-energized economic powerhouse, which will have a profound economic impact that will ripple throughout our Commonwealth. How this will happen is actually quite simple. We have already tapped the abundant, affordable, and accessible natural gas that lies under our feet. Now we need to take advantage of the downstream opportunities to make sure this valuable and in-demand resource is processed at a world-class manufacturing facility right here in northeastern Pennsylvania for worldwide distribution. That is where my House Bill 1100, part of the Energized PA plan to build the state's economy, comes into play. My legislation seeks to replicate the success of the currently under construction cracker plant just outside of Pittsburgh. House Bill 1100 is an investment not only in our region, but the entire state. It stands to attract petrochemical manufacturers to the area through incentives that ensure the people will reap the benefit of their investment. The incentives are available only to manufacturers that construct and bring a facility into service, expending at least $1 billion in capital investments and create at least 1,000 full-time jobs. This program is not a tax abatement or a KOZ. Rather, tax revenue will be generated throughout the life of the program. For every $5 in tax revenue, the company would receive $1. We are talking about a steady stream of revenue to the state with a return on its investment, both the state's and manufacturers' investment as well. When they do better, we do better as a state. This program should sound familiar. In fact, it mirrors the one used to help attract Shell to southwestern Pennsylvania, where its cracker plant is currently under construction. The state helped attract Shell to southwestern Pennsylvania with passage of the PA Resource Manufacturing Tax Credit, also known as PARMA. The PARMA credit targets manufacturers that purchase and use ethane right here from Pennsylvania, so it's refined here in the Keystone State for use throughout the world. We are witnessing the economic impact the cracker plant in Beaver County is having on the area and the state. The full complement of 6,500 workers will be on site this summer, working to bring the plant online. Once operational, the plant, which will convert ethane into ethylene to make plastics, will employ 600 workers, continuing the positive financial impact on the area. If you've noticed, a strong theme so far has been similarities. Now, let me tell you what makes our area unique and a prime choice for a northeastern version of the cracker plant. Unlike in the Southwest, where the natural gas is wet, our natural gas is dry and primarily methane. So we won't be competing with our brethren across the state. In fact, methane has its own value in manufacturing petrochemicals and fertilizers. The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton area is an ideal location for a world-class petrochemical plant with an abundant and accessible supply of affordable natural gas. If you ever bought a house, I know I have, or watched a home buying show, you've heard location, location, location. We not only have the supply of gas, but we are close to market. We have the transportation system already in place. There are 13 major highways and railways in our area to ship methane to the world. The likely exit from the state could even be the Port of Philadelphia. So the economic impact stretches nearly across to the state, to the city of brotherly love. In addition, we have a lot of dedicated folks here who are ready to work, right? I don't think I have to tell you this, but I will anyway. The people behind me are chopping at the bits to take on a project of such great magnitude to build a world-class facility. These are high-paying jobs to rebuild our middle class that will be around for years and years. We have a real opportunity here to positively impact our area for decades and generations to come. We have a chance to bring a large manufacturer to Pennsylvania instead of it setting up shop somewhere else like Ohio, West Virginia, Texas, or Louisiana. If we do nothing and allow this opportunity to slip through our hands, we lose out on the economic impact, the tax revenue, and the high-paying jobs for our area and beyond. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime project that will have a long-lasting impact on the state and its residents. Will allow the United States to directly compete in the methane market, and it all starts right here in northeastern Pennsylvania. This is our generation's opportunity at a second chance for the things we got wrong with the coal industry, but this time we will get it right. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Kaufer. If there's three things that you walk out of here with today, it's the 3 A's. Affordable, abundant, and accessible natural gas. Pennsylvania is in a unique position to be the most competitive state in the United States when it comes to manufacturing. We have a real opportunity to bring manufacturing business back here to northeastern Pennsylvania and truly grow our economy with what we've been given. Neighboring states like New York are closed for business. They're not accepting new gas customers. Here in PA, we are. Other New England states are bringing gas from Russia and other countries when we have an abundant resource here. There's no reason for that. There's no reason not to put the men and women behind me to work. And so with that, I'd like to welcome Senator Yudichak to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First, let me thank our host, the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. Carl Beasley's done an outstanding job of modernizing this great facility. I have one message to you and your team, Carl. Get ready to expand. More family-sustaining jobs are coming to northeastern Pennsylvania. Second, I want to acknowledge the great work of Penn's Northeast and its leader, John Augustine, who's emceeing this program, but they do a great job of selling northeastern Pennsylvania to the rest of the world, and they understand, fully understand the potential of this project. How great is it? How great is it to see Democrats and Republicans working together for working families? It is a particularly proud day for me, a lucky kid who grew up in a union family, to stand with our brothers and sisters in the building trade unions of northeastern Pennsylvania. When Pennsylvania builds union, the job gets done, family wages go up, and our Commonwealth gets stronger. Today, we stand united with the building trade unions in the fight to make northeastern Pennsylvania the eastern hub of the petrochemical manufacturing industry in Pennsylvania. In 2016, Royal Dutch Shell said yes to building a petrochemical plant in Beaver County. Shell said yes after Pennsylvania put together an innovative tax incentive, an energy manufacturing tax credit that triggered tax benefits if and only if a company made a private investment of $1 billion and created 1,000 construction trade jobs. Because of that incentive, Shell has now invested over $6 billion and created more than 6,000 construction trade jobs in a plant that represents the single largest economic development project in the history of Pennsylvania. Along with Representative Kaufer, with my colleague in the Senate, Senator John Blake and Senator Gordner, and our other legislative colleagues that have signed on to a bill that will be introduced in the House and the Senate, I plan to fight for the same innovative energy manufacturing tax credit that can be used to attract a petrochemical plant to northeastern Pennsylvania, a plant that can receive a tax benefit if it invests at least $1 billion and creates at least 1,000 construction trade jobs. Northeastern Pennsylvania is blessed with an abundance of dry natural gas, and it is a perfect fit for manufacturing of petrochemicals like ammonia and methanol. Downstream manufacturing is the future of the Marcellus Shale play in Pennsylvania. Over the last 4 years, we've added 5,000 new manufacturing jobs in the Luzerne and Lackawanna corridor. If as a region we fight to get into the downstream manufacturing game with the energy manufacturing tax credit, we can see those manufacturing jobs double over the next 4 years. Today is about projecting a united front to Harrisburg and the rest of the country. Democrats and Republicans with building trade unions and business leaders, we're all in for one purpose: creating family-sustaining jobs here in northeastern Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is primed to be a national leader in natural gas production and value-added manufacturing. Northeastern Pennsylvania can be central to that natural gas revolution by building downstream manufacturing capacity that out-innovates and out-creates any company in the world. To get into the big stakes game of petrochemical manufacturing, Pennsylvania has a proven model of success in the energy manufacturing tax credit that brought that Shell plant and 6,000 jobs to western Pennsylvania. It's time to use the same successful model, the same powerful tax credit, to attract downstream manufacturing and thousands of jobs and billions of dollars in private investment that come with it to northeastern Pennsylvania. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Before I bring up our next speaker, I'd just like to recommend to Carl that we could also do a cargo airport here. So in case if Amazon's listening or watching, there's plenty of land behind us. So just plug for the press. We want to do the cargo airport as well. All right, Commissioner, thank you. Next, I'd like to bring up Warren Faust, who's the president of the Northeast Building and Construction Trades.
Thank you. I'd like to thank both the Democrat and Republican representatives and senators that have come out today in support of House Bill 1100. I certainly want to thank my brother and sister members of the building trades for coming out today. Thank you all. The building trades want to partner with all involved to make sure this bill gets through the House, the Senate, and onto the governor's desk for passage. This is the first step in ensuring large manufacturing facilities will be built in Northeast Pennsylvania. We have already seen the positive effect that a similar bill has had in Western Pennsylvania. They are currently building a large cracker plant supporting the natural gas industry with supplying thousands of construction jobs. These manufacturing facilities are complex in nature to build, but rest assured, the skilled hands of our building trades members are ready, willing, and accept that challenge. Facilities of this magnitude will provide building trades construction jobs with family-sustaining wages, not to mention health care and retirement benefits. We in the building trades are very proud in utilizing our apprenticeship programs, who train tomorrow's workforce today. We provide our apprentices an education at many of our gold-level accredited programs throughout Northeast Pennsylvania. These programs run 4 to 5 years in length and give the opportunity for our apprentices to earn while they learn. When we use programs like these, we can educate and guarantee the most skilled workforce will be readily available at no cost to the taxpayers. After these manufacturing facilities are built, they will continue to provide jobs for the hardworking residents of Northeast Pennsylvania. And we all know that leads to residual work and building stronger communities. We in the building trades are proud to invest in our future. We were here yesterday. We stand with you today. And there is no doubt we will be here tomorrow to build the most complex and beautiful projects in Northeast Pennsylvania. Thank you very much, and we look forward to working with all of you.
Yeah, we've used the 3 A's a couple times: affordable, abundant, and accessible, describing natural gas. But I also think we can use that to describe the men and women behind me. Affordable, accessible, abundant, but we'll add the AARP, reliable people, certainly from a worker standpoint. So with that, I'd like to bring up Pat Dolan, who's president of the Scranton Building Trades, to talk a little bit more about the workforce behind us.
For decades, we've witnessed the loss of manufacturing jobs up and down this valley, and throughout the whole region. As a matter of fact, throughout my whole lifetime. This is the first time we've got an opportunity to turn things around in this area. We're talking about billions and billions of dollars worth of investment, and who knows what the potential job creation could be of this. You know, you can start with one project, which snowballs, and who knows where we may end up. So you're talking about hundreds of full-time jobs, hundreds of family-sustaining jobs that could come to the region, and there's no end in sight. We don't know where this could lead us, but I do know all these men and women behind me are out here looking to build these projects such as this, and we want to grow our ranks. We want more people coming out of the trade schools in this area with golden opportunities. And as Warren stated, our programs are the best option for anybody who is not headed to college. They come into our programs, they'll put in 4 or 5 years, and they are working as they learn. I mean, that is a golden opportunity. You can't beat that. And then I'd like to thank all these legislators standing behind me today. It is so nice to see bipartisan support for something in this day and age. Thank you, gentlemen.
It's not too often that we get to see bipartisan support, the sun out, and such a great message in northeastern Pennsylvania. But again, what a great day it is. It's interesting that we're here at the airport because it's one of our true bipartisan, bi-county projects between Luzerne and Lackawanna County. And while we have Chairman for Luzerne County, Tim McGinley here, we're also joined by Commissioner Lorene Cummings. Thank you for joining us. And we also have Commissioner Patrick O'Malley, who will say a few words, and then we'll turn it back over to Representative Kaufer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Commissioners of Lackawanna County, we support Bill 1100. Manufacturing opportunities deserve to be in our communities. We have hundreds of acres surrounding the beautiful Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Airport. This is great opportunities for all of our citizens throughout Lackawanna and Luzerne County. All of our union brothers and sisters behind me. I'm a former Teamster and a former member of AFSCME. This matters, having sustaining jobs in the community so they're not traveling throughout the area to Baltimore or Jersey or New York, to be able to be here to actually raise their families, enjoy their lives, and invest in our community. That's what this is about. So Bill 1100 is an absolute plus for the citizens of Pennsylvania, especially the Northeast region. And our Board of Commissioners absolutely support it, and we support our union brothers and sisters, especially through our projects that we've done, plus the projects in the future when the new manufacturing opportunities come to our community. I'd like to thank all of our state elected officials here, because it really matters to bring home the bacon. This is a great opportunity for all of us. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here, especially our union brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Commissioner. Again, on behalf of Northeastern Pennsylvania and economic development, I'd like to thank the support from our legislators. I would ask that you support them as they move through this endeavor to certainly put Pennsylvania back on the map from a manufacturing standpoint, to utilize the resource that we have under our feet to put good men and good women at work. And again, just like to thank you for coming and taking your time to come out today. So again, thank you to all of you. I know the press usually likes to do one-off, but I'll turn it over to Representative Kaufer.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. This concludes the press conference here today, but if anybody would like any follow-up questions from here, I'm sure any of the speakers would be happy to follow up. Thank you once again, and let's get this job done.